in this live session on what is the role of mathematics in data science. So, without mathematics, an engineer cannot build a bridge. A quantity checker chemist cannot prepare medicines if he cannot accurately measure the quantity of each chemical. So, we wouldn't have markets and businesses without maths, as the world of trade runs on money. So mathematics makes our life orderly and prevents chaos. And certain qualities that are nurtured by mathematics are the power of reasoning, problem solving, critical thinking. So we use mathematics in our day-to-day life to resolve real-world problems. So it gives us a way to understand patterns, to quantify relationships, and to predict the future, and helps us understand the world. So we use mathematics to understand the world, and it proves to be a powerful tool for the global understanding of the data and communication. So in the modern world, the everyday maths in space and geometry are used in a range of application, and one such field is data science. So in this session, we'll understand how we use mathematics and what are the fields of mathematics that we use in data science. So without wasting any time, let's move on to the agenda. So we'll start off by understanding what is data science. After that, we'll move on to the role of mathematics in data science. So we'll see what all things we can do with the help of mathematics. Then we'll see the different fields of mathematics for data science. After that, I'll be telling you about the learning resources that you can follow for learning data science, as well as mathematics for data science. So let's move on to the first part. So what is actually data science? We go by the definition. So data science is the study of data, and it involves developing methods of recording, storing, and analyzing data to effectively extract useful information. So a simple definition would be data science is the extraction of actionable insights from the raw data. So according to a report, 90% of the entire world's data, so it has been created within the previous 2 years, and it isn't slowing down. It's projected that we have already created 2.7 zettabytes of data, and by 2020 the number will shoot up to 44 zettabytes. So this data, it can be like your route to work, your most recent Google search for the nearest restaurant or best food, your Instagram post, and about what you ate, and even the health data from your fitness tracker are all important to different data scientists in a different ways. So shifting through massive lakes of data and looking for connections and patterns of data. So data science is responsible for all of these things. So actually, what do we do with all of this data, and how do we make it useful to us? What are its real world applications? So these are the that any business or organization has, and data science gives the solution for all of these questions. So it basically helps in boosting up the business by extracting information from the data and extracting patterns and insights from the data, and it helps improve the revenue of the businesses. So we'll talk about one of the application of data science, that is Google Maps. So we use Google Maps in our day-to-day life for traveling from one place to another. So we all use Google Maps for traveling from one place to another in the city, and we just enter the location where we are and the destination place where we want to go, and Google Maps give us the best optimized and the shortest path that we can follow up for traveling, and it also shows the traffic in the route and how much time is required to reach your destination. Also it gives us the information about how much time is required by if you are going by your own vehicle, if you are walking, or if you are going through a bike or a train. So it will give you all the information. So how it does is by using data science. So there are various things that we can use Google Maps for, and they are getting transportation directions, creating a map, measuring distance and ETA, that is estimated time of arrival, mixing maps information, finding your location, setting routes, getting traffic information, and as well as verbal instructions, that when you are traveling it will suggest you to take a right or take a left, and it will tell you about the distance and the path. It will give you the notifications about it. So these all things can be done by using Google Maps, and it is all possible with the help of data science. So it collects the real time data of the people who have enabled the Google Maps services, its services, and it collects the real time information about the place, about the routes, about the traffic. So after collecting the data, it analyzes which path is best for traveling, how much time is required, what all transportation, what are the different time required by different transportation system. So it is all done with the help of data science, which requires mathematics for visualization and computation. So imagine if we do not have Google Maps, so it would be very difficult to travel in a city where we are new. So the applications of data science helps to get such kind of application which helps in our day-to-day lives. So keeping the importance of data science in mind, so by now you must have understood the importance of data science in our day-to-day lives. Now we'll move on to the next section, role of mathematics in data science. So data science is all about data. We have large volumes of real world data to analyze, to extract some business information out of it. So these are some of the processes that are involved in the field of data science that requires mathematics. So visualization of the data, understanding patterns and analysis of the data. So it is done with the help of statistics, and to understand various parameters of the data, such as mean of the data, median, and the standard deviation of the data. It all requires the use of statistics. Then other important task is creating machine learning models. So we create machine learning models using giving the data as the input and building algorithms that are fed into the systems that can perform the various actions without being explicitly programmed for each and every action. So this is the use of data science in machine learning also. Then comes neural networks. So we create neural networks in order to, so that we can create systems that mimic humans brain. So we create computing system where there are interconnected nodes that work much like neurons in the human brain, and there are various algorithms such as backpropagation algorithm. The neural network that we use is convolutional neural network, recurrent neural networks, and there are many other methods that we use to create such systems. So using these algorithms, they can recognize hidden patterns and correlations in the raw data, and they can cluster it and they can classify it, and over time it continuously learn and improve through its past experiences. So if we talk about neural networks, the algorithms that are used to build neural networks, such as backpropagation algorithm. So if we talk about backpropagation algorithm, it uses stochastic gradient descent and eigenvectors, eigenvalues, matrix multiplication, and also integral calculus, differential equations for computing all the necessary action that makes a neural network complete. And if I talk about machine learning, so there are various algorithms such as linear regression, logistic regression, decision tree, random forest. So in this, if I talk about linear regression, so it uses linear equations for establishing a relationship between the two variables. For example, if I want to calculate the measure of rainfall according to humidity, temperature, and many other factors, so I have to establish a relationship between all these variables and parameters out of the data set which I am using. So this requires the implementation of linear equations in the algorithms. And it helps us to predict the future outcomes. So all these algorithms, all these neural networks uses mathematics for all their computation. Also, if I talk about other things such as calculating the error values, because no model is perfect, so there are errors in this, so we use RMSE, that is root mean square error, in machine learning to calculate the error value and the error given by the system for incorrectly classifying the outputs. And in neural network, if I want to calculate the error, so there are many steps that needs to be processed and iterated over time, so that I can calculate the error and I can improve the model. So that requires the activation functions. So one of the activation function that we use is sigmoid function. Then it requires the derivative of various functions to calculate the change of error for various values, different values in the neural networks. So this is all the part of calculus, and by this you can understand how important mathematics is in the field of data science. So every step requires the use of mathematics, whether it is data visualization, so we use statistics and probability for it, and for understanding patterns, for analysis of data. And if it comes to machine learning and neural networks, we use differential calculus, numerical analysis, and integral calculus, various equations, linear algebra, matrix, and vectors. So 60 to 70% of the steps that are involved in these process require mathematics. So you must be familiar about all the fields, specific fields of mathematics that are used in the field of data science. So next we'll look into different fields of mathematics for data science, and we'll understand each one of them, how it is used in data science. So there are four specific fields of mathematics that are used for data science especially. So these are linear algebra, statistics, calculus, and discrete mathematics. So starting with linear algebra, so there are various operations and various applications of linear algebra in data science. So we use matrix multiplication, matrices, and vectors, eigenvalues and eigenvectors, linear regression in data science. So if I talk about eigenvalues and eigenvectors, so they basically allows us to reduce a linear operation to separate a complex or a simpler problem. And its various application, and the major application in data science is calculating the statistical analysis or stability analysis of the data. Then its major application lies in neural networks. So if I talk about specifically one of the applications, so it is facial recognition. So matrices are used over there. Then matrices are also the way of representing the neural network and perform calculation that allows us to express the work that we need to do concisely and easily. So there are various computation between the input layer, hidden layer, and output layer that needs matrix multiplication, and it helps us, matrix multiplication helps us to, and it helps us to calculate various parameters that helps in implementing neural networks. So if I talk about linear regression, so as already discussed, linear regression help us to understand the correlation between different variables, and to know to what extent there is a linear relationship between the two variables. So in particular, the purpose of linear regression is to predict the value of the dependent variable based upon the values of one or more independent variables. So as the previous example that we already discussed, so calculating the change of temperature, or calculating the prediction of the rainfall according to different parameters, that is temperature, humidity, and many other. So we use linear regression and we use linear equations that are an important part of data science. Now next is statistics. So statistics is the heart of data science. So it is considered as the heart of data science because without the use of graphs, plots, and various parameters of the statistics such as standard deviation, mean, and median of the values, we cannot come to any conclusion. So various graphs and plots help us to visualize the data, helps us to classify them according to various labels so that we can understand the data and the trends and patterns in the data effectively. So we use probability theory, that is a mathematical framework for quantifying the certainty about the world. So it helps us in predicting certain possibility of the any event. So the probability theory in statistics, and so we use probability theory to make informed decision about the likelihood of event and based on the patterns of the collected data. So it helps us in creating model that helps us in predicting certain outcome, and when a real world data is given as the input data set. Then we use descriptive statistic, that is used to define the or extract the characteristics of the data. So basically descriptive statistics generally determine the what all properties are there in the data set for different parameters that are given in the data set, and it is displayed through tables, charts and frequency distribution that helps us to measure the central tendency of the data. And then comes hypothesis testing. So hypothesis testing is used to interpret the data and draw conclusions about the data, what all parameters are given in the data. So it is used to compare two data sets and a sample, and we can draw conclusions from the data set by taking a sample of the data from the data set and perform hypothesis testing on it. So this is all the stat about the statistics that is used in the field of data science, that helps us to efficiently visualize and analyze the data and feed that information to the model that we create so that the model can perform predictive analytics. Now the next part is calculus. So calculus is one of the very important field of mathematics that is used for data science. So there are integral calculus, derivatives, gradient descent that are majorly used in the field of data science, machine learning, and for creating neural networks. So if I talk about integral calculus, so it is the field of mathematics that is specially designed, that specially helps in joining the small components of the data or of the model that can give us a system that can perform actions. So if I talk about machine learning, so it uses integral calculus in determining the probability of events for and it is also used in various machine learning techniques, data mining, scientific computing, image processing, and also creating the graphics and physics engines for video games. So if I talk about then derivatives, so it is used in neural networks for calculating the change of different variables, and it also helps us in calculating the error rate and the difference of the values that helps in improving the model's performance. Then if I talk about gradient descent, so it is an optimization algorithm or a technique which is mainly used to find the minimum of a function. So in machine learning or in neural networks of deep learning, gradient descent is used to update the parameters in a model. So it basically helps us to find the best optimized solution. Now the next one is discrete mathematics. So there are various things, that is inductive reasoning, deductive reasoning, graph theory, recursion, algorithm complexity, numerical analysis, and these are the components or these are the techniques and methodologies that we use in data science for evaluating the model and optimizing it and designing its structure and actions. So if I talk about inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning, it helps us to define or give the reason why this action is performed and why another or other actions are not performed. Then comes graph theory. So as a data scientist, you should be able to solve problems in an efficient manner, and graphs provide a mechanism to do that in cases where the data is arranged in a specific way. So graphs are the best form of representing the data. So graph theory, you must have thorough knowledge of graph theory. Then comes recursion. So we use recursion for breaking down a problem into many parts and then solving it to get a simple and a better solution. Then comes algorithm complexity. So for creating any algorithm, you need to look for algorithm complexity, so that if the complexity is low, the efficiency of the algorithm is high. So you need to check for algorithm complexity, and this is again a part of discrete mathematics, and it is very important that you optimize your algorithm so that your model works fine. So we use various notations and various techniques to evaluate the algorithm and calculate its complexity in order to know how the system can be created more efficiently and how it can perform well, and what all techniques and methods we can apply to it, so that the performance of the algorithm with respect to the machine, if we are using it in a machine learning model or a neural network, so what all methods and what all things we can add or implement to reduce the complexity in order to improve the performance. So then comes numerical analysis. Then one of the important part of discrete mathematics is numerical analysis that we use in data science to analyze the data. So the main operation, that is data manipulation in data science, we use numerical analysis for it, so that we can understand the data and we tear it down in many steps so that we can understand each and every part of data. So this was all about the mathematics that is required for data science. So which is linear algebra, statistics, calculus, and discrete mathematics. So you need not to learn mathematical concepts separately, but you have to implement them using data science, machine learning. So as you will be implementing various algorithms, so if you are working on data visualization, so you will be using various statistical techniques, you will be using different graphs and various parameters of statistics and probability. And if you are working on machine learning model, then you will be implementing various algorithms, that is machine learning algorithms such as linear regression or logistic regression, decision tree, principal component analysis, and various other algorithms. So you will be using these all concepts, and you will be learning all these by implementing. So pick up a data set and list down all these mathematical concepts and try to understand which algorithm or which technique requires these mathematical concepts for visualizing or for analyzing the data, for creating machine learning model, for creating neural networks. So this will give you a thorough understanding of all the mathematics, all the concepts of mathematics of various fields such as linear algebra, statistics, calculus, discrete mathematics that are used for data science. And after understanding all these concepts, it will be a very easy task for you to understand various mathematical operations and to implement various algorithms using mathematical concepts, and understanding how to improve the algorithm or neural network, and how to work on enhancing the model by reducing the error. So this is all about the mathematics and different fields of mathematics for data science that you need to master. So next we'll be looking into certain resources that you must follow in order to learn data science, in order to learn mathematics for data science. So we provide you various blogs, and there are various YouTube videos and comprehensive tutorials that are made by industry experts and our subject matter experts, specially to meet the industry requirements for the students. And we also provide free courses on various technologies that you can go to our website intellipaat.com/academy, and there are free courses from which you can learn various technologies. So let me take you to our course page where we provide free courses. We have blogs and videos, tutorials, everything. So I'll take you to that stuff. So this is our course page. So you can visit intellipaat.com/academy, and here we provide free courses on various technologies. So you can get courses on various programming languages and AWS, artificial intelligence, and many other more technologies. And if I go to this last portion, so here are blogs and tutorials and interview questions that you can go through for various technologies. So I'll open this. So there are interview questions on data science, there are interview questions on machine learning, artificial intelligence, so you can visit that. So here are blogs on various technologies. So if you are looking for data science, so I'll click on this. So you will get all the blogs related to data science over here, and there are interview questions. So if you are looking for again data science, so there are top are interview questions and answers, data science interview questions, artificial intelligence questions, data analyst, NLP, machine learning. So by reading through this, by going through these interview questions, you will come to know what all questions are asked in the real-time interviews. So we have tutorials on various technologies, so you can go through all the tutorials and you can read through it to get some knowledge about data science or any other technology that you want to learn. Then comes data science course. So we provide data science course online training and certification, which you can get in two modes, that is self-paced and instructor-led training. So self-paced training consists of 28 hours of self-paced videos, and instructor-led training consists of 42 hours of comprehensive training. Also, there are 56 hours of project work and exercises, certification and job assistance, flexible schedule, lifetime free upgrade, and 24/7 lifetime support and access. So if you have any doubt and query, you can just put on our website and we will immediately reach out to you to resolve your query as soon as possible. So let me go to the course content. So here is the course content. So it starts with introduction to data science with R programming, and then data exploration, data manipulation, data visualization. Then comes another important module, that is introduction to statistics, which is the mathematics part of this data science course. Then machine learning, then various algorithms such as logistic regression, decision tree, random forest, and association rule mining. So there are various exercises included in this course. Then there are projects, some real-time projects that will be given to you and that will be guided by the trainer during the course. So you must go for this certification course to get a breakthrough in the field of data science, as you will be getting a certification for data science and you will be upgrading your skills, and also you will be getting guidance on placement, so you can apply for various companies and show on your skills to get the job. Now we also provide a special discount to our viewers. So I'll take you to the coupon code that you can use to get this course in a very reasonable price. So I'll take you to the coupon code. So this is the coupon code, that is YouTube 30, YOUTUBE 30. And if you are watching this live session, you can use this, you can call our representative. So if you are watching our live session, you are getting the benefit of getting a coupon code that gives you a flat 30% off on all our courses. So you can use this coupon code, that is YouTube 30, to avail this opportunity of the offer that we are providing in all our courses. Now we have come to the conclusion and we have discussed all things about the role of mathematics in the field of data science. So I have discussed all the important points that you must know. If you are having any query, then you can drop a mail on sales@intellipaat.com, or you can call us on the numbers that are provided, that you can see on your screens, and we will reach out to you immediately to resolve your queries regarding to any course and whatever query you have. So thank you everyone for watching this live session, and I am signing off. Have a nice day.